entertaining, talking sports.
What is going on, football fans? Back at it with another New York Giants video. And in this video, we are going to talk about Saquon Barkley and his role in this New York Giants offense going forward. Now, before I get started, I just want to say that tonight I will be live for the Thursday night football game, as I do every week, between the Chargers and the Raiders. So hopefully you guys come by for that as I do the play-by-play. But as far as the New York Giants go, Saquon Barkley is the bread and butter of this offense. He has already sustained an injury this year, which, scared the hell out of us. He recovered quicker than most doctors expected. And with the New York Giants medical staff, I question if he is 100% healthy. And the New York Giants right now, going into this game, are already missing a ton of talent. Sterling Shepard more than likely will not play the rest of the season, if I had to guess. They have not put him on IR, but the New York Giants have already ruled him out this week. He's had 2 concussions as well as a repeat occasion on the second one, which forced him to miss last week after he was cleared. Evan Ingram is going to miss the game as well, and who knows, he may miss a few more games after that. This is the second time he has now been injured this year. And if I'm the New York Giants, I do not see the point in running the football with Saquon Barkley. He should at least be put on a pitch count, if you will. Barkley last week had every carry from the running back position. Granted, it was only 14 carries, but that's because they fell behind and, they didn't get Gallman any work or anybody else. And a lot of people may say, well, we want to try to win every football game, and I completely get that mindset. I never want to quit on games, and a lot of people may also say that they do not want to stunt Daniel Jones's development. And without Shepard, without Barkley, if you take Saquon out or at least limit his carries, you're making his job even harder, right? That much harder with all those guys already out for the offense. But I think if you're the New York Giants at this point, you have to think long term. You are 2-7. You have a running back that you selected second overall 2 years ago that has already had an injury. You do not want him to turn into Todd Gurley, a guy that is a phenomenal running back that has already sustained injuries. Right now, in terms of the playoffs, these games are pointless. I don't understand why Pat would not put this kind of pitch count, and I think the New York Giants have to. I'm not saying don't play him at all, but he should not be getting 20, 25 carries going forward, in my opinion. I would not want to risk further injury. And right now, when I looked at that game against the Cowboys, he does not look to be himself. He does not look 100%, and he hasn't looked in the game before. He did not look 100%. Yeah, he had that great catch there with the screen pass where he took it for however many yards, but outside of that play, he lacked explosiveness. He looks like he is not blocking as well as he used to. I think he is still favoring that leg. He only had 28 yards, I think, something like that, 14 carries for 28 yards, and he got 8 or 9 on one carry, and even in that carry, it looked as if he came up limping a little bit. I do not trust Saquon Barkley that he is 100%. I think he is a competitor. I think he wants to be out there, and I think he's trying to do everything he can to help this team win football games. And that is what I love about Saquon Barkley. But at the end of the day, the New York Giants have to think long term, and they don't want to risk further injury with this kid. It is not worth it when you are 2-7. I'm not saying completely bench him because I guess you still want to have him out there to continue to develop and help out Daniel Jones, right, being a threat in the running and the passing game. But I would give Wayne Gallman a lot more work than they've been giving him. Because, like I said, where are we going this year? Why would you risk the guy that you're going to need to man your offense next year? Saquon Barkley is who this offense revolves around, and we're going to need him for, the next 10 years. You don't want to risk that over these last 7. And to me, he does not look 100%. So that's my take on it. I hope that Pat and the New York Giants do put this guy on a carry count, if you will. Maybe give him 10 to 12, 15 carries max a game. You don't want to run this guy into the ground. It's not worth it. I need to see Gallman start getting more playing time for the Giants. You got yourself a Lamborghini, as I always say. Make sure you have some insurance. Don't risk further injury for the sake of winning a couple of meaningless games down the stretch. I'm still hoping they win. I'm not hoping to tank, but you have to think long-term as well. And they also have to get some of these younger kids some experience. I'll have a video up later today about Pat Shurmur and his role with the offense, but I just want to get a quick video up on Saquon Barkley, expressing my thoughts on whether or not the New York Giants should start to limit his workload going forward. And I think the clear answer should be yes. And hopefully that's what the New York Giants do. As always, if you liked what you watched, please subscribe, drop a comment, maybe give me a little thumbs up. Cheers.